Check this out, guys. 98,680 subscribers right now. That is pretty cool. Almost at 100K. Now, I haven't actually thought about what I'm going to be doing for 100K yet, so I should probably start thinking about that. But pretty cool. So we got 5 Azur figures. Aegir's on the floor because her box would be a little bit too big for this. I guess we'll kick off things with Bremerton first. This one is from Mimioi. This is her hot scorching training version, basically her tennis outfit. So this is going to be my first scale figure from Mimioi that's not a 1/4, so I'm actually pretty excited to see how she turned out. First off the box, pretty much no design. I mean, it's a little bit designed. Hexagonal shaped pattern on the box. It's very thin, kind of hard to tell unless you look really close up because it kind of just looks like a solid color of teal. You got some text all around. That's pretty much it. On the front side, you have a window. It's got some gold corners. Very nice. How do you open this box? Interesting. The smell of plastic is strong with this one. On the inside, instruction manual. I don't know what these little things are. Looks pretty simple. Figure unboxing tip number 1, always open the second blister packaging on the bottom first. I always forget that 90% of the time, but it makes the unboxing experience just a little bit easier. Because normally what I do is I open up the top part and then I'm like taking a look at the figure and then I realize I have to put it back in and then somehow like get the bottom blister packaging out. So inside the second half here, you have the fence. Base has got a decent amount of weight to it. Same color as the box, teal. Azur Bremerton, scorching hot training. Multiple pegs on this one. Probably the base with the most pegs sticking out of it, I think, that I've ever gotten. It's a little bit weird that some of it's like broken. I'm assuming this goes... Oh, snug fit. Then we do have the tennis racket. I would assume tennis racket bag. It's a little bit big for a tennis racket, but decently well detailed. You can see some of the bag wrinkles on the side here, the zipper. Next we have her water bottle. You can almost close the cap. You might be actually able to. I don't want to try it because it looks like I'll break it. So, but the little cap here is movable. And then of course, Bremerton. Oh, she's pretty heavy for a 1. Is this a 1/6 or a 1/7? It could be a 1/6, honestly, because she is quite big, but I'm going to assume 1/7. But if I'm wrong, 1/6. Put the plastic off. She has 2 on her hand. Is her torso removable? Oh, yes it is. Bremerton has some racy taste. Now the top I don't believe is removable by default, but I do believe some people have probably cut it off. I think the bra is actually attached to the main portion of the top. So if you take off the top, you're going to be taking off the bra as well. She's almost very close to being able to just stand by herself without the base, but her thick thighs are a little bit too front heavy, so she does lean forward. Let's get on with the assembly here. There's only 1 peg hole underneath her foot, but I believe there's also a magnet here. At least I would assume that's a magnet. Then we can put the water bottle in her hand. Oh, that fits in pretty easily. And then grab the 3 tennis balls and you can plop those on the base like that. And then the tennis racket, there's a little hole beside one of the tennis balls. And then the manju fits right perfectly inside the bag. And then you can put the bag somewhere. There's not a lot of clearance on the base for the huge bag. You can fit it right between her legs like that. It's not exactly the comfiest fit. All right, and that's Bremerton. Honestly, very nice figure. Now in terms of sculpt, fantastic. Very curvaceous, you know, nice glossy fingernails. You got the nice mole on her melon. Shoes are pretty well detailed. Base simplistic, but it does got a little bit of added stuff here with the tennis racket, the broken fence. And I don't know what these are for. Facial expression is fine. My biggest complaint is definitely her hair color. Now, I don't think the shade of pink is bad, but in terms of like the highlighting for her hair, they used a little bit of a yellow beige rather than just pure white, and it looks kind of bad. It does make the figure look kind of bootleggy, for lack of a better word. Personally, I would have preferred just a pure white, transition that a little bit easier into the pink. It would just look better in my opinion. That's just me. Bremerton's Scorching Hot Training version is a recommended figure for me to get if you're a Bremerton fan. I'm actually hoping Bremerton's default outfit gets a figure eventually because I really like her just like standard Azur clothing. Maybe Alter will do one in the future. Who knows? Next figure up, we have another Bremerton, this time by the goats Alter. This is Bremerton's Kung Fu Cruiser version, 1/7 scale. Yeah, see, like this is a relatively, like there's not even any bottom blister packaging. Everything's in one consolidated thing. So the base here, legit just like simple plastic, okay? It doesn't even have like a bottom, okay? But on the main portion of the base, it's actually made out of fabric and it's got a nice design on it. Yeah, it does feel very nice. No instructions in the box, because like who needs an instruction for a figure this simple, right? In terms of like the detail in the outfit, the paint job is very nice, like the tree branches on the front portion of the dress here and also on the back. Pose is very dynamic, you know, leg up, thighs exposed. I love the twin tail buns, very nice. Bremerton looks very good in this outfit. Jesus Christ, those things are barely hanging in there. The squish that her top is giving them is insane. Just look at the shape here, that is crazy. Facial expression is good. Hair detail is amazingly sharp. Her back is very well toned. Legs are looking fine. Cheeks are looking very good. I never noticed this, but her shoes are purple and they got a very nice sheen to them. In terms of assembly, one peg on the base, and that is Bremerton. Taio. This one is pretty heavy. So this is Taio's Phoenix Spring Song version by Alter as well, 1/7 scale. Box design, oh, which by the way, I didn't really talk about Bremerton's box design. Alter usually has very similar box designs in figures that are kind of like in the same like series line. Like most of their Chinese dress Azur Lane figures usually come in boxes like this, and their swimsuit boxes usually come in like clear plastic. I think this is gonna be my second Taio figure because my first one was her 1/4 from Mumio. I don't think this should be too difficult to follow. This was pretty much going to be my final Taio figure because I didn't feel like I needed to collect Taio anymore. But I did get the chance to see her wedding dress figure in person when I went to Anime Expo. Almost made me want to go buy it. Almost. My friend actually got like the deluxe box edition from Otaku Mode that came with a big box that had like both versions of the figure inside of it. Probably one of the nicest boxes I've actually ever seen on a figure. This one has like the zip tie thing. I forgot there's a bottom blister packaging. Yeah, see, this is why you always do the bottom half first, because now you have it like this and it's probably not going to be as strong if you push it back in and you try to do it again. This is her back half of the base. Very nice boxy design, but you do got a nice peacock on there that you can barely see. A little bag with some pads and a PCB of some sort. I have no idea what this is for. Does this light up? Oh, it does light up. There's a little lantern. Oh, I completely forgot about the lantern. I guess I was too busy paying attention to other things. Oh, I'm just looking at the bottom of the base here, and it has the same like screws that the Schwartz I recently just opened had. So yeah, I guess I was right. They pretty much separated the base for Schwartz so you could screw them yourself, so it was just easier to package that way. All right, so here we have the little lantern. Does this open? Because if this, oh, it does open. Okay, never mind. I don't know what the heck this is supposed to be. According to the instructions, you use this for the lantern, I think. Oh, she's quite heavy. I thought she looked huge in the pictures, but I swear she looks even bigger in person. Let's get on with assembly first. Oh wait, actually, you know what? I don't even have to put this in right now because I don't actually have any batteries for the little light here. So this just goes on top. I'm gonna put it like directly on top of the branch because if you put it where it's supposed to go, it kind of hits the bottom part of the tree here. The final piece, put the back portion on. There's a little slot here on the back. All right, so that is Taio, 1/7 scale, her Phoenix Spring Song version. Now the figure already kind of comes attached to the base, but the base itself is, obviously you have a circular black piece of plastic. Other portion of the base is the giant tree. And then of course you have like this little screen in the back with the peacock on it. Very nice. But of course the main attraction is Taio herself, and she looks gorgeous in this Chinese dress. God bless Chinese dresses, bro. Extremely well detailed, fantastically well sculpted, like very extremely bodacious. Thighs are super plump, facial expression's perfect. Lovely red eyes, beautiful black hair. Very intricate design on the dress itself. I love the leggings, it's kind of got like a crisscross design on it. Ornament in her hair is exquisite. Nice little detail on the instrument, you can pluck the strings a little bit. The lantern's also pretty cool as well. I think The fact that it actually lights up, which I didn't actually know, is super nice. Very elegant and beautiful figure. 100% would recommend. Littorio. When this skin first came out, I was blown away. I was like, holy crap, she looks drop dead gorgeous. Box for this one is actually very nice. Very elegant design. The only images of the figure that you have are just this really slight slit on the side. And then on the back, you have an image of the illustration that it's based off of. And of course, the figure itself. Some nice gold trims, and that's pretty much it. Now, the one cool thing about the box is that it does actually have a front panel window. Opens up like a book. Very nice. This figure is manufactured by Daiki Kyogo, who I have no experience with because they mainly do a lot of like not safe for work figures. Nice design on the inside. And then you do have some instructions. Okay, let's take a look at this big ass base here. So the base itself is this giant couch. Good amount of weight to it. Oh my god, this thing is incredibly well detailed. The nice flower design, the pillows as well, nice wrinkles, get the wine bottles, the scarf's hanging over the couch. You get a couple of accessories, the rose that goes into her mouth, the wine glass. You get 3 manjus. You have one that's a little bit angry and he's holding a picture frame that is a picture of 2 other manjus. Another manju who is also looking very distinguished. Is that supposed to be a hair or a beret? I'm assuming female manju. A little bit of lipstick on it. She just goes on top of the couch like this, I'd assume. This manju goes on top of the couch. Oh, interesting. All right, so the manju with the picture frame is actually magnetized to the top of the couch here. Oh, I think they're all slightly magnetized. They actually made the manjus magnetized, so you actually know where to put them. I appreciate that. Wine glass in her hand here. The rose in her... All right, and there you have it. That is Littorio's 1/7 scale. I do think the whole ensemble here is pretty nice. She kind of has like her own scene with the couch here. It's not a simple circular plastic base, which I can appreciate. The sculpt, very humongous. They got that matched up well enough to a T. In terms of her face sculpt, it is quite close to the original illustration, but something about it just seems a little bit tad off. I don't know, maybe it just looks a little bit smaller. Hair color, definitely a darker shade of green than I personally would have preferred, but if you like Littorio, 100% would recommend picking this up. Another character to add my green-haired anime figure collection, which is not a lot because I think I only have Hoshiguma, C2, and Lin. We have Aegir. Now this box is pretty huge, as you can tell. This is actually the light version of the figure. I know it's kind of crazy, light version, but it comes in this big of a box. There is a deluxe version of the figure that only sold, I believe, on AmiAmi JP store, so it didn't sell on their global store. So weren't able to purchase it, made in limited quantity, 15 or 1200, I forget. The price was quite expensive. I think maybe around $1,200. I can't remember the exact pricing, but the deluxe edition was absolutely humongous. Even had LEDs, the whole shebang. It looked crazy good. I couldn't justify myself buying it. If I did want to buy it, I would have to cancel every other figure that came out the same month that it came out, and I was like, nah, can't afford to do that. Now, interestingly enough, I did get the opportunity to do a video for the deluxe edition because one of my viewers, they emailed me and asked me if I wanted to film like an unboxing video for it. I was extremely humbled by the offer. I was like, I'm amazed that you would actually give me the opportunity to unbox something that expensive, but I turned them down because I didn't want to be the person to repack up the figure and then send it back to them because I don't want to deal with that. So plus if that thing broke on the way from like here to there, I do not want that on my conscience. The deluxe box came in 2 boxes, so it came in like the regular box, and then I believe the big portion of the base came in another box that is quite similar size to this one. But yeah, this is made by AC Toys, who from what I've heard have actually closed down shop. Like they're not making figures anymore. This was literally their last figure. Oh, this is massive. Why is this so big? Oh, that is rough. When I first pre-ordered this thing, I thought it was like a simple 1/7 scale just sitting down, and the only thing I would have to worry about taking up space is the giant flag. I guess not. This is bigger than my 1/4 Saber base. Opaque, gray, big, giant hunk of plastic. Looks like it does have a magnet right here in the center. You have the Iron Blood logo. Is her hair really this big? There's no way, right? I mean, I know Aegir has long hair, but I didn't think it would be this massively long. Her hair is that long. I'm loving her boots. One goes fully up to the thigh and then one does not. Wow, her hair really is that long. Do you even need the base for this? Nope, she can float just like that, just solely based off of the hair. I didn't see instructions, so we're just gonna wing it. All right, so we got the rod. Here is her chair. I'm glad it only fits one way. Oh, the flag's not even that big. They make the bases this big to cover the surface area of the hair. So if New Jersey, if they wanted to cover everything without making like smaller circular bases, the base would probably be as big as this. Probably bigger, actually. Okay, I was wondering why there's so many points on the base, but underneath her hair, there's multiple pegs, so. Oh, her ass is magnetized. It's on top like this somehow, right? That is Aegir, 1/7 scale by AC Toys, the final figure. If you're one of the lucky few people who do have the deluxe edition, congratulations, that thing looks like a majestic beast of a figure. This one, still good, obviously a little bit more lackluster because you just get a big circular plastic base. Now, just looking here, they probably could have cut it down smaller, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, forget the text, but yeah, it's mainly this big because of her hair. Now, I do think the final result is slightly different compared to the prototype, at least in terms of like the face, especially with the positioning of her bangs, which are now covering her left eye. I believe on the promo photos, there was a little bit more space there. It's not exactly the same, but it's not too bad that it's off-putting. In terms of her outfit, I love that her skin tight suit has a really nice dark color. I'm glad it's not like super light or anything, you know, nice gradation. Sculpt is pretty great. I mean, just look at her stomach here. The hip to waist ratio is insane on this figure. Like if I take a look just from the front, perfect hourglass right there. Love the legs, love the pose. I mean, who doesn't love a good cross-legged pose, right? The flag in the back. I forget how much the standalone version was. 27, maybe 30K. As gorgeous as this thing is, the box is super huge and the base is super huge. So I don't know, if you're a person that lacks on space, definitely don't buy this thing. All right, so there you go. Those are our 5 cultured Azur Lane figures. I'm pretty sure all of these are available in retail stores still, so I'll leave links down below if you want to purchase any of one of these individually. Video's not sponsored, but if you do like the content and feel like helping out, check out the Patreon page, or when you're purchasing figures for yourself or any types of merch, feel free to use the affiliate links I have down below for any stores that you might happen to use. Bookmark them, use them, I appreciate it. But that's it for me. Now I gotta find where to display these.